Washington, Amerika Qo'shma Shtatlari.
Washington is the capital of the United States, a city named after the first president of the United States, George Washington. In this metropolis with a population of about 800,000 people, there is the president's residence, the White House, the Congress building, the State Department of the Army, the Pentagon, and other influential government agencies. It was here in Washington, in one of the world's political, economic, financial, and cultural centers of the planet, at the Ronald Reagan Building and International Trade Center, that a reception was held in honor of the 28th anniversary of state independence of the Republic of Uzbekistan, organized by the Embassy of Uzbekistan in the United States. The event was attended by the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Uzbekistan, Abdulaziz Kamilov, the Ambassador of Uzbekistan to the United States, Javlon Vakhabov. At the beginning of the opening ceremony, the anthems of Uzbekistan and the United States were played.
The last 3 years in Uzbekistan were a period of unprecedented and large-scale positive changes.
Very good friends of Uzbekistan who are contributing immensely to enhancing and broadening multifaceted strategic partnership between Uzbekistan and the United States. Thank you for being with us.
It's known that the President of Uzbekistan, Shavkat Mirziyoyev, awarded the Order of Friendship to Frederick Starr, head of the Institute of Central Asia and the Caucasus at the University of Hopkins, and Trent Kelly, a member of the U.S. House of Representatives, on the occasion of the 28th anniversary of state independence of the Republic of Uzbekistan. At the ceremony, the award was presented to Frederick Starr by the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Uzbekistan, Abdulaziz Kamilov.
And if you have not been to Uzbekistan, you are missing out. There's only 2 places in the world that I love to leave to go to, and Washington, D.C. is not one of them. It is Uzbekistan and Mississippi, and when I'm there, I feel like I'm at home at both places. I thank you for the friendship.
First of all, I am deeply honored because President Mirziyoyev has extended this to me and as a center. My overall impression is very positive, and I am absolutely convinced that Uzbekistan's reform process will succeed. It will take time. It will not be easy. There will be real difficulties, but in the end it will succeed, and as a result it will transform the whole region, and that the region as a whole of Central Asia with Afghanistan will emerge as a center of development, of modern thinking, and respect for tradition as well.
The Uzbek music and songs sounded at the ceremony, as well as the proposed Uzbek national dishes, left an unforgettable impression on the guests. One of the highlights of the evening was the performance by a group of American musicians of the national song Qilpillama. Uzbekistan is a great country. Uzbekistan is my homeland, and Uzbekistan has a bright future. On the same day before the reception, the media event, New Uzbekistan Unique Cultural Initiatives, was organized by the Embassy of Uzbekistan in the United States and the project Cultural Legacy of Uzbekistan in World Collections in honor of the 28th anniversary of independence of the Republic of Uzbekistan. It was attended by the executives of leading research institutes of the USA and Canada, more than 50 leading American scholars, experts, and collectors whose professional interests are connected with the study of the cultural heritage of Uzbekistan. Such a media event was held in the United States for the first time, and not by accident. As one knows, a significant part of the cultural heritage of Uzbekistan is stored in the collections of major American libraries and museums.
And rich legacy of the people of Uzbekistan. Вы знаете, это очень важно не только для...
As you know, this is very important not only for the cultural legacy of Uzbekistan. This project is very important for the future, new Uzbekistan. Those reforms that are taking place in Uzbekistan today, at the initiative of the President of the Republic of Uzbekistan, Shavkat Mirziyoyev, are those reforms that cannot be possible to implement if the youth will not be educated, if it will not be enlightened. Education and enlightenment is knowledge of our history, culture.
Молодежь не будет просвещенной. Образование и просвещение – это в первую очередь знание своей истории, знание это своей культуры.
Among the scholars who participated in the media event was Guido Goldman, founder and director of the Center for European Studies at Harvard University, a well-known collector. During his visit to the United States in January 2018, President Shavkat Mirziyoyev, among other things, visited the Artur Sackler Gallery in Washington, where he got acquainted with the exhibition of the Uzbek Adras and Atlas from the collection of Guido Goldman, met with the collector himself. Within the framework of the Cultural Heritage Project, it's planned to publish a book volume dedicated to textiles stored in the collections of America, including the Sackler Gallery, to which Goldman donated part of his collection.
We were very eager to preserve the best Uzbek wall hangings.
I think it's tremendously important that we acknowledge that there are so many objects outside of Uzbekistan that have been studied, that the presence of these objects doesn't represent a loss to Uzbekistan, I hope, but rather a means of connection and communication.
There were factories, Sogdians.
Famous American politician, international expert, member of the World Society for Study, Preservation and Popularization of Cultural Heritage of Uzbekistan, Frederick Starr emphasized the importance of this project and media event.
A culture with extraordinary riches, as everything on exhibition here and in these wonderful publications demonstrates. This is a very significant event, both for Uzbekistan and for the United States. This amazing initiative, which Mr. Abdulhalikov has undertaken to identify and catalog all the major works of art in every field that originated on the territory of Uzbekistan, to find these in every country of the world, to record them, to photograph them, to document them, and to publish them. This project has now come to America, but he's already been in Germany, France, Japan, Poland, Czech Republic, Russia. It's a very, very ambitious project. No other country has ever done this. And of course, there are very significant collections in the United States. Interestingly, some of their most interesting materials here are in textiles, historic Uzbek textiles, and they're serious collectors here, going back a century. So Mr. Abdulhalikov and his colleagues, and I'm proud to be one of them, are gathering full information on all this, documenting it, publishing it, making it accessible both in print and on the internet. Very important links, and this project will strengthen them.
Scholars and collectors from Washington, California, and several other U.S. states made presentation about their research and shared information about their collections. It's noteworthy that on this day, most American participants were dressed in Uzbek national costumes.
The State Museum of Art in Tashkent.
Общество по изучению культурного наследия Узбекистана наконец добралось до Америки.
World Society for Study, Preservation and Popularization of Cultural Heritage of Uzbekistan has finally come close to collections of America. This is a momentous meeting. The people who have gathered here represent a significant portion of the most important specialists in the United States working on Central Asia. The project is actually extremely unusual because no one has yet taken to collect the scattered cultural sacraments of their country in a single series of publications. This is a great gift primarily to Uzbekistan, because the collected data can be seen and studied by scholars and young people in Uzbekistan. On the other hand, This is a tremendous advertisement for your country. Since these books will be seen here, they will be read naturally, and those will attract the most serious attention to Uzbekistan.
Их видят здесь, их будут читать, и, естественно, это привлечет самое серьезное внимание.
Of course, it's very important now that that because in America there are lots and lots of Uzbek textiles, it's very important that the cultural legacy comes here as well, not just in Moscow or Russia, not just in Europe, but in the United States, because here they'll find some really fine, wonderful textiles.
Moreover, during the media event, the documentary Uzbekistan Legend of Love was shown, filmed jointly by Russian television channel Culture and the channel Sevimli as part of the project.
Говорят, что когда Бог раздавал земли, узбек улыбался и пропускал всех вперед. «Мархамат», — говорил он, — «пожалуйста, проходите». «Сын мой», — сказал ему Творец, — «ты опоздал, и не осталось у меня земли для тебя. Но за доброту твою придется подарить тебе кусочек рая».
So we had our consultative conference for the Uzbekistan Culture Heritage Project today in the United States. It's the first time that this project has been introduced in the United States, and so this was the first time that we had together a group of people both representing the project from Uzbekistan and people from American museums, American collectors, and people just well-wishers and art historians interested in Uzbekistan together in one room to talk about what art treasures of Uzbekistan are in America and in Canada. Are they in private museums? Are they in public museums? Are they in the hands as a collaboration between Uzbek and American scholars in the framework of this project? That's very important, I believe, for the future scholarship and for the future cultural education for young people in Uzbekistan.
During the media event, a number of scholars and representatives of a number of organizations were presented with a facsimile of the manuscripts Kattalangar Quran, Zafarname and Devoni Hussein, published by the Cultural Legacy of Uzbekistan in the World Collections.
Проект «Культурное наследие Узбекистана» в зарубежных собраниях.
The project Cultural Legacy of Uzbekistan in the World Collections has already discovered Europe, many Asian countries, Russia, and now we are following the trail of Columbus. We are starting to discover America and Canada. We hope that, with the support of our American colleagues and scholars, we will be able to jointly publish several unique volumes.
С усилиями наших американских коллег, музейных работников, издать несколько уникальных томов.
Now we would like to draw your attention from the events of the media event to the Library of Congress. This library is one of the largest in the world, with over 90 million books, manuscripts and prints in more than 450 languages. Built in the 1080s, it has 20 auditoriums that serve more than 1,500 bookstores per day. The Universal Library Fund is replenished with 31,000 prints per day. As part of media event, Cultural Legacy of Uzbekistan, the authors and creators of the project provided a facsimile copy of Kattalangar Quran to the Middle East and Turkic Languages Department of Library of Congress.
I was absolutely amazed at this beautiful gift to the Library of Congress. The Quran is incredibly special to people around the world, and to have some kind of a replica of this very early Quran in this amazing replica that looks almost like the real older Quran that's in Uzbekistan. Cultural Legacy Project has been fantastic for the collections that have been sent to the Library of Congress.
Ayni paytda biz kutubxonaning Osiyo, Yaqin Sharq va Afrika bo'limidamiz.
We're currently in the Asian, Middle Eastern and African departments of the library, and this section contains thousands of rare manuscripts from these regions, especially those related to the history of Uzbekistan. Another thing that attracts us is the monument to our great ancestor, Alisher Navai, with an inscription urging Navai to protect humanity from evil. In addition, a wooden model that reflects the landscape of Khiva can attract your attention. The authors of the project also visited the library and discussed the creation of a new book on manuscripts of Uzbekistan.
And they didn't know who to accept it.
Events and meetings within the framework of the media event will continue. We will keep you updated with the latest news.